And I'm with the 2019 Jeep JL Wrangler. Now this is a new model, but it actually dates a long way back. It's the 7th vehicle of this basic design, going back to the original Willys Jeep, and it's the 4th vehicle to carry the Wrangler name. It replaces the JK Wrangler of 2007, and whilst it looks pretty similar, Jeep tell us it's 95% different. So let's take a look around the vehicle now and look at 5 interesting things about the JL Wrangler. What we have here are BF Goodrich mud tyres, KM3s, the latest version. They handle pretty well, very well indeed, on the blacktop for a mud tyre. And as you can see, they've got this nice open tread pattern here, sipes down the side there. And they're also the right construction. So there's 2 types of four-wheel drive tyres out there. There's passenger construction and there's light truck construction. These are the tougher light truck construction ones. It's really great that Jeep have put tyres on like this, because tyres are a big expense. It's normally the first thing you'd swap out. So it's great to see that we've got some really good quality tyres standard on the Rubicon. Point number 2 about the Jeep Wrangler is that it has got a disconnectable sway bar, which is this item here. Now, what is a sway bar, I hear you asking? Well, when a vehicle goes around a corner, then it will get body rolled to the left or body rolled to the right, depending on which corner that you're going around there. Now, that's undesirable, so a sway bar is fitted, which is basically kind of a semi-elastic metal rod connecting the left and the right wheels, so that the car tends to corner a bit flatter as opposed to just getting a lot of body roll around corners. And that's fantastic for on-road use. For off-road use, it's not so good, because that limits the ability of the suspension to let the wheels independently flex up and down. So what you want is a sway bar on for the on-road stuff, but disconnectable for off-road, and that's exactly what this vehicle has here. Now, the advantage is that not only do you get more total suspension travel, but also it flexes more easily and more supplely through that range there, so that you get better traction with all 4 wheels on the ground, or more firmly in contact with the ground at all times. And that's why that sway bar disconnect, it's a simple little thing there, really makes a big difference to the Rubicon's off-road capability. So another point about the Wrangler is that the safety rating is not great. It hasn't been tested by ANCAP yet, and the ratings will vary from country to country, but in Euro NCAP it hasn't done well. It's only got 1 or 2 stars over there. So that's pretty disappointing for a brand new vehicle. Another interesting point about the JL Wrangler is that it is 91 kilograms lighter than its predecessor JK. And that's because lightweight materials have been used and a bit of a redesign. All right, so we've got the 4-wheel drive transmission to talk about in the JL Wrangler. And as usual with Jeep, it's a pretty amazing 4-wheel drive system, but it's full of acronyms which are confusing and somewhat oddly named. So let's start to break it down. We have here in the Rubicon the Rock Track 4-wheel drive system. Now, what that means is that you can drive the vehicle in 2H mode, and you select that with the transfer case lever here. Also good to see it's an actual lever as opposed to a button. And then that is driving only the rear axle, no drive to the front at all. The next mode is 4H Auto. Now, this is permanent 4-wheel drive. It is actually a kind of about a 70-30 front rear torque split. And it mostly drives the rear axle, and the front axle will come in as and when. And you can use that on the road, so it does have a kind of all-wheel drive system. The next mode is 4H part-time, which is confusing because it's not really a part-time 4-wheel drive system. That is locking the centre clutch so that both front and rear axles turn at exactly the same speed. And that's equivalent to 4H mode in the JK Wrangler. Then you've got neutral, and again, good to see you've actually got a neutral here, so you can flat tow it if it's an automatic. And then you've got 4L, which is your low range here, and then that's exactly as you'd expect from low range crawler gear. On the Rubicon, you've got the 4.1 to 1 ratio transfer case. On the other models, the Overland and Sport, it's 272, so you've got really nice low speed gearing here. So that's what we've got, the Rock Track 4-wheel drive system in the Rubicon. So that's 5 interesting things about the 2019 JL Wrangler. Now briefly, how does it drive? Well, read the full review for that, but this is a fantastic off-road machine. Jeep claim it is the best off-roader on the market out of the box, and I'd say that is pretty close to the mark. Certainly, I've always said about the JK Wrangler, it is my favourite off-road machine for sheer fun, and I think that with the JL, that certainly continues. It has got some incredible off-road capability, but it really is fun, interesting, charismatic to drive, and that's a real rarity in today's vehicles. So if you're a car enthusiast, take a look at it.